Hi, my name is Alyssa Enneking. I was a volleyball player at Clear Falls High School down in League City, and I went and played volleyball at the University of Oklahoma afterwards. I moved home, and now I'm working in Houston, Texas. And today I'm just here to talk with Matt about the transition through all that, the ups and downs, and how I enjoyed my life so far.
What's up? Matt Malatesta here with VYPE. Okay, so we've had a lot of volleyball players, like superstars, come through here in the city of Houston. This is one of them, Alyssa Enneking from Clear Falls. 2015, y'all went to state. Mm-hmm. 3-time All-State, Gatorade Player of the Year, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. Lots to talk about here.
All right.
Okay, so you're coaching now, coaching like 15 U's, but let's talk about kind of your journey as it relates to being that star volleyball player in the state of Texas to now. Because that's been a bumpy road.
Oh, yeah.
There's been some bumps. All right, so, okay, let's bring it back. Clear Falls. How awesome was your 4 years there? It was like you were the talk of the town. Talk about, what that was like from literally your 9th grade year.
Yeah, Clear Falls was a big time for me to grow. I mean, from a freshman going in, Hodges had no idea who I was. I was just like the little 13-year-old asking her, can I get on the court? Can I play? And she put me in as middle at one point. I mean,
Right.
I was just trying to get on the court. And then to senior year, taking the team all the way to state finals, that was just, the journey I had at Falls was something I'll never forget. And I always look back and say Hodges was a very, very big part of my volleyball journey. We still keep in touch today. She's a second mom to me, and that team became a family. We still talk, and it was an amazing experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Y'all were so good, but what you're leaving out is, you are a fiery competitor.
Yeah.
I live in the Woodlands, and the Woodlands oh my gosh. Y'all play the Woodlands in the finals. They're this girl is off the chain. She's good, but man, she is so competitive. But how do you get like that? Are you born with it, or is it just something it's just your genetic makeup?
It definitely took a lot of just hard training and coming out of my shell. And I think it was something that started just by being comfortable with what I'm doing and building confidence little by little and working hard. And it got me to the point where I was comfortable just getting loud and screaming and being that loud presence on the court. And it just vice versa. It goes back and forth that the better I got, the louder I got, and the louder I got, the better I got. It was an inverse, or a direct relation?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Great terms.
I'm out of school. Forget it.
So, and then when you're there, how do you turn from a 9th grader to a leader of the team over 4 years? You seem very comfortable in that.
Yeah, that was also a learning process. Freshman year, I had some great people to watch. I had Morgan St. Germain above me at all times, so that she prepared me up until junior year. I took a little bit of the reins, and then senior year, I was just ready to go because I had learned so much from her, and I'd also learned so much from Hodges, just being she was a great player, great teammate, and she had a great personality that I was really blessed to learn from.
After a stellar career in high school, then you go to OU, you commit there, you sign there. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about what you loved about it going in, and then, first of all, what drew you to go to OU?
So I wanted a top conference to play in. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be challenged every match that we played. I wanted to be challenged myself, so I wanted to play with a team that was above my level, but also attainable. So I didn't lose sight of any goals. I wanted to be semi-close to home. And so when I took a visit, I think I took my visit the Wednesday after state my junior year. Mm-hmm. And I will never forget that because when I stepped on campus, it was just home.
Right.
Sometimes you just step on a campus and you feel it then and there. And that was OU for me.
So then you get there. And again, you don't know really what to expect because you're the big man on campus, and then you go to OU and you're I got to start all over again.
Yeah.
What was the transition like in year one? And this is just really for kids that are, it's great for kids that are getting ready to go to college this upcoming year. What was your expectations, and did it live up to those expectations your first couple of years?
I mean, like if I had to give advice to someone going in from things that I learned, it would be to take advantage of not being the big dog or the person who's responsible for everything.
Right.
Because that gives you a chance to be able to settle in, make friends, learn your environment, be able to be comfortable and like figure out how to be happy in your environment, because it's a big change.
Right.
Like moving away from your family, having to learn how to do everything by yourself. I mean, like I didn't do laundry every night when I was in high school. No, mom helped me. So like going to college, I had to figure out how to do little things like that. And then, I mean, balancing classes and schedules and having more personal responsibility is an adjustment. So not being the big dog freshman year gave me a lot of time to get used to it,
right,
and feel better about it, get comfortable in my environment and everything. And then sophomore year, with all of that time that I had to train and better myself, I was ready to go. But then if you are lucky enough to be the big dog, it's a lot of work. Yeah. I mean, like you got to take advantage of the opportunity, but also like be prepared for all the hard work that's to come.
People don't realize the work that goes into being a college athlete and to getting to be a college athlete, because I mean the endless amount of hours that you were probably playing. But okay, so then you're at OU, and then what happens at OU that kind of triggers you in a different route as it relates to, you know, it maybe became more of a rocky time at OU? Yeah,
so my freshman year, we were projected to be super good. We were going to be Sweet 16, Elite 8, something of the sort. And things just didn't really turn out how we planned, which is, it's how it goes. I mean, sometimes the game of volleyball swing your way, sometimes it doesn't. So it was kind of a shock to go in and not have happen what I expected to happen.
Right.
Obviously. And then every year after that just continued to be a rebuilding year and trying to figure out, well, what we thought was going to work isn't going to work. So how are we going to make it work? And it took a lot of character building and hard training and everything. And my senior year, we had a new group of coaches come in. They were awesome. I appreciate the coaches that I had my first 3 years. I learned so much from them.
Right.
But then my senior year, I think it was a great transition, and I'm glad that I got to be a part of that. Because now the team is doing amazing, and that's all I could ask for. Is I started a trend that they're now going to continue to get better.
So then, most memorable moments. What was it like? Some of your high points, low points of being there?
I gotta admit, a lot of my memories are not necessarily to do with volleyball.
Right.
A lot of them are just college experiences, and that's another thing I would tell an incoming college student is the non-sports experiences stick with you just as long as sports do. And I mean, when you finish college, when you finish playing your sport, nobody's going to look back 4 years from now and say, oh, well, you guys lost to Baylor that match.
Yeah, nobody cares.
No.
Right.
It matters that you became a better person and you got experiences that you wanted to. So I loved my freshman year.
Right.
We went to Final Four in men's basketball, college football playoffs. They won a men's golf championship, women's gymnastics championship, men's gymnastics championship. I mean, it was literally the year of Champ University.
Wow.
So that was just an amazing thing to be a part of. Even if we didn't win our own championship, that's fine. I still got to celebrate with my friends and really congratulate them, and just be a part of a great community.
So then, you get through OU, and while at OU, you set up a foundation.
I did.
Talk about that. What was triggered really setting that up?
So while I was at OU, I went through a lot of mental issues, and towards the end of my career in like senior year, I had some family issues and some things that popped up that really just took a toll on me and my mental health.
Right.
And it took a lot of self-reflection and self-coaching and telling myself, you need to get better. You need to go fix this because you're not you. It's okay that I'm not me, but it needs to change. So it prompted me to go start seeing a therapist that we have. OU provides therapy for the athletes, which was amazing. I can't thank them enough for that because it changed my life. I went and saw a therapist. I was working with her for a while, and I felt so much better that I wanted to share that embodiment with everyone else. I wanted everyone else to experience the better feelings that I was.
Yeah.
So I started a mental health campaign. Basically, I just decided there's so much of a stigma and so much of a blanket. Nobody wants to talk about mental health. Nobody wants to be raw with it.
Right.
And I decided I was going to break that barrier, and I was going to just show people it's okay to talk about it. And it's okay to be open and truthful. And athletes are not superheroes. We may act like we are, we may think we are, but we're humans on the inside. So we feel just as much as everyone else. So that's a stigma we tried to break. I basically just asked that after I shared my story and was just raw with the camera and allowed everyone else to see truly what was going on, I asked some other athletes to join me in doing that. And so it's become something that OU is continuing to work with, and they've been just nonstop promoting mental health awareness, and I think that's awesome.
That is really clutch, because that's just a transformative time of your life. You could really just veer off to left field.
You can.
And you're right. Nobody wants to talk about it. What was the breaking point for you to say, hey, I've got to get some help?
There was one specific moment that it was the genuine trigger, and it was one day in practice. I was just like not in a good mood, and I had been like that for a while. I just thought it was a bad day after another bad day. But then I knew when I asked coach a question, I think it was about the angle I was passing at, something very technical and simple. And she gave me an answer, and I just looked at her and started crying. And I just knew that's not me. I mean, it's okay to cry, but I'm playing the sport I love. Like, why am I not feeling happy right now?
Right.
So I went and collected myself, and I went to my trainer, and I told her I'm not okay. I need to go do something about it, and will you help me fix it? And she stuck with me every step of the way. I still talk to her every once in a while. She's awesome.
That is awesome, because people, like, when you're an athlete, we deal with so many, like, you come from so many walks of life, know, and a lot of times, whether it's economics or whatever it might be, it's like you're all thrown in here together, but you're still, maybe some kids are more mature, some kids are not. I mean, there's so many things going on in that really transformative time. I think what is the name of the foundation?
Well, the slogan that we have is "It's okay to not be okay."
Right. Okay.
And then they promote the saying "Mental health matters."
Gotcha.
Your mental health matters.
So now you've graduated, and now you're in the real world. Like, what's the hardest transition? High school to college, college to the real world?
Oh, see, I took the high school to college transition happens a lot faster,
right?
Because you don't get to take a break,
right?
But I decided that I had been working my butt off for so many years. Once I graduated college, I wanted to celebrate everything that I had done. So I took a couple months off to try to just have fun, live my life as a 21-year-old kid for a little while. I lived at home at my dad's house for a little while.
Right, just chill.
Yes, hung out with friends all the time, had nothing better to do, slept till 11 every day. I mean, like, I really took advantage of all the times that I couldn't do that.
That's my life right now, sleep till 11.
I mean, I took advantage of all the times that I couldn't do that while I was an athlete, so I tried to make up for it. I took about 6 months off and then started to job search and figure out what I wanted to do and where I wanted to be. And I landed on a job with oil and gas. Working as a land analyst with contracts and leases and mineral rights and everything. I'm enjoying it so far. I definitely think it's a stepping stone, though. It's not where I want to end up.
Girl, what you talking about? You enjoying it? That sounds boring.
Oh, to you,
You're not boring, man. Come on. Okay, so now also talk about, you're also coaching younger kids now. Like you're kind of paying it forward. Talk about, what you're doing now as it relates to coaching the next generation.
Yeah, so I love coaching like high school age girls because I feel like I really relate to them. Right now I'm coaching a 15-year-old team at Houston Juniors, and they're amazing. I mean, I love the heart that I see in them, and it makes me feel better that they have somewhere to grow. I mean, we're not just kind of like they're good, so we'll just leave them alone. We're genuinely getting these girls to grow and improve. And I mean, that's a very vital time in your volleyball career. At the beginning of your high school career, you're doing a lot of growing. So I'm really excited to be a part of that. And it's
Do
been
you
fun.
ever wear like your letter jacket with like all state, get ready player? That's what I mean. I'd be walking to the store with that. I'd be like, have my jacket on. I'm like, hey, check all this out. How about a free drink or something? What's the deal?
Yeah, now I can do that since I'm not owned by the NCAA.
Exactly.
But I know, and actually I thought about that the other day.
Because they don't know the history of that.
No, but I found my OU Letterman.
Yeah.
And it made me think, I don't know where my high school Letterman is.
Come on, man.
I know I'm gonna find it in the bottom of a box, just dusty.
That could go in the VYPE like Hall of Fame when we make a Hall of Fame.
When I find
oh my
it,
gosh,
I'll mail it
Alyssa
to you.
Enneking's letter jacket. Okay, so then finally, what kind of messaging are you also given? You're in a great spot with that. Okay, you have your regular job, whoop-de-doo, but you're doing this with younger girls, and man, I've got girls. Anybody that can kind of give them a great direction or just real life advice that's their age somewhat is powerful. What's your message to them on a daily basis?
Take your time. Life is long. You got time to figure things out. I mean, I went through the phase in college of what do I want to do with my life? What do I want to do when I graduate? It's fine. You'll figure it out as long as you're continuing to try to better yourself. You're doing great, and that's all you can ask for. Is just to not give up on yourself and continue to work on you.
Boom. Okay, so what about like your future? What do you see yourself 5-10 years from now? What do you want to be doing?
Ooh, I would love to be in charge of something, someone. I don't know. I'd love to have some power under my belt.
All right.
I mean, like that's just always what I've
Right.
been. I've been a captain. I've been a leader, and I think that's what I'm destined to do eventually. So I'd love to be either doing that or in a good spot to do that in the future.
Perfect. Okay. So with that being said, this is valuable for high schoolers, be it football, tennis, whatever, that are getting ready to make that transition to college and then the real world. You've been super, super helpful as it relates to getting kind of that message out. We're going to do kind of a series on this. Alyssa Enneking was one of the top volleyball players in the history of the city of Houston. I mean, accolade-wise, there's not many Gatorade Players of the Year, right, that come from the city of Houston. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
Also, do not, be remiss to work on the mental health piece. Like what she's saying is it's okay to not be okay. Check in with somebody if you have issues. And you're kind of doing that right now with some of your girls as well.
Oh yeah, I make my girls do weekly activities or something to make sure that they're keeping cognizant of how they feel and making sure they're in touch with themselves.
Well, all right, there we have segment 1 of a look back at some of these great players. This is Matt with VYPE, Alyssa Enneking, Clear Falls. We'll see you guys at the game.
Bye.
What's up, everybody? Hey, if you love that video, go like it, comment, and also spike it, the subscribe button, to follow all of our videos on our YouTube channel to keep up with all of the great content we're pushing out on a daily basis.